When your cat ascends to the highest shelf or claims the top of the wardrobe as their own, the common human interpretation is that they are being aloof, superior, or even arrogant. This reading fundamentally misunderstands what is actually occurring. Your cat is not seeking to look down upon you. They are seeking the one position in which their nervous system can finally relax: the throne of surveillance. Height, for a feline, is not a matter of ego. It is a biological necessity that transforms vulnerability into mastery. In the wild, elevation provides two critical advantages that have shaped feline evolution. The first is visual range. From a high vantage point, a cat can detect movement across a much greater distance, identify potential threats before they approach, and monitor the comings and goings of other animals within their territory. The second advantage is safety. On the ground, a cat is vulnerable to larger predators and sudden attacks from multiple directions. When elevated, their body is protected from behind and below, allowing their senses to focus forward and outward with greater calm. This ancient architecture of safety remains active even in the domestic environment. When your cat occupies a high place, their stress levels measurably decrease. The elevated position functions as a command center from which they can exert perceptual control over their surroundings. What appears to us as a dusty shelf or precarious perch is to them a strategic outpost. From this throne, they can observe the subtle vibrations of the household, the patterns of light and shadow, and the movements of every living being within their domain. This is not arrogance. This is the fulfillment of a deep biological imperative to know and to oversee. There exists within this behavior a profound difference in perceptual worlds. The concept of Umwelt describes how each species inhabits a unique sensory reality. Your cat's Umwelt from the floor is limited and potentially threatening. Their Umwelt from the heights is expansive, ordered, and manageable. By granting them access to vertical space, you are not indulging a whim. You are allowing them to inhabit the version of reality in which they feel most competent and least afraid. The sacred duty of protection that many cats carry is directly tied to this need for height. When they are high up, they are not withdrawing from the family. They are positioning themselves where they can best fulfill their role as guardian of the shared territory. Forcing them down from these positions is not an act of connection. It is an interruption of their most fundamental strategy for maintaining inner equilibrium. The cat who is repeatedly denied access to height often becomes more anxious, more reactive, or more withdrawn, precisely because their primary mechanism for self-regulation has been removed. Respecting the throne of surveillance means recognizing that your cat's need to be above is not a rejection of you. It is an expression of how they have evolved to feel safe in a world that still contains, in their perception, many unknowns. When you allow them their high places and observe them there without interference, you are honoring one of the deepest truths of their nature. That true confidence often requires the ability to see clearly from above.